Today, a telecom giant realized giving away expensive phones is a terrible business model, and software companies figured out how to bill for employees that do not actually exist.
I mean, it only took them a decade on the phone thing.
True. It is Tuesday, April 27th. We went through the whole earnings batch today, looking at reports from Verizon, Cadence, and Domino's. But the ticker list is not really the point.
Right. The point is what they are all pointing toward.
Exactly. Today's earnings revealed a massive shift. The consumer is exhausted, so companies are protecting their margins by abandoning expensive brute force subsidies for cheap software interventions.
They kind of have to. You saw it clearly with Verizon. They had this reflexive habit of just handing out expensive new iPhones to patch over poor network sentiment.
Which is just such a blunt instrument.
So blunt. And they finally stopped doing it. Instead, they actually diagnosed dead zones and just mailed out local signal boosters. It is surgical, and it dropped their acquisition costs by 35%.
Which is wild! A massive enterprise saving its quarter by just being logical. And that exact same logic replacing brute force with software showed up at Domino's.
Yeah, because their CEO literally cited COVID-level low consumer sentiment. The physical consumer is completely tapped out.
Right. So instead of, throwing more labor at a flat growth problem, they're using generative AI in the kitchen. If a delivery driver gets stuck in traffic, the software just dynamically pauses the pizza bake.
Right. Optimizing with code instead of headcount. And that links directly to what Cadence is doing. They just changed their entire pricing model to capture that exact shift.
The subscription plus consumption model. I find this part so fascinating.
It is brilliant. So human engineers run maybe a couple of design tests, but these new AI agents run like 100 background variations to find the best design.
So Cadence realized they should be charging for the machine's curiosity.
Exactly. They're monetizing the machine workflow, not the human seat. That uncaps their revenue stream completely.
And this is where it gets strange, because you compare that software optimism against the physical world.
Oh, you mean the AMKR report?
Yeah. The reality of actually building physical things.
Yeah, we got a clear read on the cost of reshoring. AMKR is building that new packaging plant in Arizona, and they literally called the cost an American margin dilution tax.
It drags down their corporate margins by a full 2% for the next couple of years.
Right. So domestic physical resilience is actively hurting the bottom line, while pure software companies are unlocking uncapped billing.
That is the big read today. B2B software is totally insulated, and physical consumer businesses are basically fighting for scraps.
Yeah, margins are being protected by precision tech, not by clean economic growth.
Good reality check. Our daily feed has the full company episodes if you want the call-by-call version of these reports. Thanks for thinking through it with us today.